Hi, this is Deepak. How are you? As you know, I've been posting every day something or the other. But today I have a very special guest, my daughter, Malika Chopra. And so I see that all of you are there. And we are talking about Malika's amazing 3 books: Just Breathe, Just Feel, and Just Be You. So I see that this is of interest to all of you. Malika, what made you want to write these 3 books?
Hi everyone, it's so nice to be here with you. I'm with my parents in California, and we're talking about a series of books, the Just Be series that I recently launched. These books are for kids. I wrote them for 8 to 12-year-olds, and they are the basics of mindfulness, meditation, breathing, movement, and then social and emotional intelligence, and then self-reflection and intention. And so I am a mom as well as being Deepak's daughter, but what I realized is that I was taught some very valuable tools growing up. And then as my children grew up, I realized how not just meditation and mindfulness, but really all of the tools for feeling, social and emotional intelligence, and then most importantly, which is what this book is about, Just Be You, self-reflection. So I'm really trying to pass it on. Just Be You is structured around 4 questions. Who am I? What do I want? What am I grateful for? And how can I serve? And so those are questions that you guided me and my brother on, got them. So where did those questions come from?
Those questions: who am I? What do I want? What's my purpose? And what am I grateful for? Are the most important questions of our existence. And they're part of what we call reflective self-inquiry, which is also part of the great wisdom traditions, Vedanta, Kashmir Shaivism, Buddhism. The questions, Malika, as you just said, pertain to everything about our life. And they pertain to skills in emotional and social intelligence. But as we grow up, see, these books are for kids. And these are the questions that Malika and Gautam used to answer on their own when they were kids. Who am I? What's my purpose? What's my grateful for? What do I really want? Now, when you talk to a little baby or a little infant, the question is meaningless. There's no language. But as the baby grows up into a child, then, you say, what do you want? The baby says, I want toys, or I want to see a movie, or I want ice cream. If you ask the baby, who are you? It says, I'm Malika, or it says, I'm Gautam, or whatever the name is. If you ask the baby, what's your purpose, or child who's just learning language, no idea what you're talking about. And if you ask the baby or child, I'm not saying baby, anybody who's learned to speak, so what are you grateful for? The question doesn't make any sense to the child. But as we grow up, these things become very important, because if we don't reflect on these questions, how are we going to actually experience the answers? Now, everybody thinks that there is an answer, but actually the wisdom traditions tell us that if you live the questions, then life moves you into the answers. And life moves you into the answers not through suddenly giving you an answer in your head, although that may happen. You may get an epiphany, an insight, an inspiration. But the answer could be a synchronicity, it could be a relationship, it could be an encounter, it could be an insight, it could be an inspiration, it could be a feeling or a sensation. Any experience that appears on the screen of consciousness is the right answer for that moment. But now that I'm 74 and you've grown up to be a mother, actually the answers and the questions become much more difficult and much more profound. When I say, who am I? Obviously I'm not my body, but I've had so many bodies since I was a fertilized egg, and this body will end in death, and in between there's so many bodies. Say I'm my mind, then which one? I had different thoughts yesterday, different than a teenager. Say, what's my purpose? When I was young, it was fame and fortune. Then it was giving back. Today it is service. Tomorrow it might be self-realization. What's my purpose? Ultimately, the purpose is to liberate from the conditioned mind. And what am I grateful for? Existence. I didn't ask to exist, but here I am. So you see, these answers have changed over the years. And if you really ask me now, what are the answers to these questions? I would say, I don't know. I don't know.
I think that is one of the things I tried to do with this book. One, I just want to emphasize that I tried to make these books really inclusive. And so open to also exploration of children of all colors, all races, identities,
and colors,
and colors and expression. And one of the things that I learned from my father was the distinction between a human being and a human doing. And I think one of the things as parents that we often do is early on we start to label our children. We start to say, oh, this child is, she wants to be an actress, or this child wants to be a computer scientist or a programmer, or he's a soccer player and she's a gamer, or they're martial artists, and we're constantly labeling our children. And so one of the intents of the new book, Just Be You, is to really help children be comfortable with uncertainty, be comfortable with change. In fact, during the pandemic specifically, we've seen that uncertainty is all that exists right now. Kids don't know when they're going back to school. Many of the activities that maybe define them as a soccer player or a gymnast or other activities they do are no longer there. Their friendships have changed. So I feel that by giving kids tools to know themselves, we're anchoring them in a sense of spirituality and self that then they can carry that with them as they go through the many phases, as I say, of a messy journey of life where the answers keep changing.
I see Rashmi is there. Rashmi, wishing you all the best. I know you're recovering from cardiac surgery in Cleveland Clinic. I send you a prayer every day, by the way, just so you know. So just be you, as Malika said. If you start reflecting, then the answers reveal themselves to you when you need them. And it is more important to be than to think, than to do, than anything. Being starts with it. You start with being, and then you know, and then you experience, and then you do, and then you feel, all of that. So just being you means trusting your innermost self, the ultimate and supreme genius that mirrors the wisdom of the universe. It mirrors the wisdom of the universe. And every child mirrors the wisdom of the universe. Have you ever seen a child that is not spontaneously friendly, that is not spontaneously joyful, that is not spontaneously creative, that is not spontaneously looking at you with a smile till you return the smile? So joy is our essential state, and joy is being.
And one of the things, again, these were books written for kids. So what I've tried to do in this book, is also ask questions. So ask why was I named my name? What is the history? Or for some, it comes with family traditions. For other, names represent form, and then form represents name. Ask questions about your religion, your background, your family stories. So the goal here is for kids to keep asking questions and to keep discovering new aspects of themselves, but also to have the freedom to try new things. So I see we have people from all over the world here, so that's what's so beautiful about these platforms. The books are available on Amazon. There are 3 books: Just Breathe, Just Feel, and Just Be You. And really, as I stated early on, they're about meditation, mindfulness, movement, and breathing, connecting to planet Earth, but also then social and emotional knowing, and ultimately asking questions and setting intentions.
That's what the subtitle says. Ask questions, set intentions, be your special self. As your special self, you're unique. And when you see your beauty, you'll know that who am I is infinite possibilities. Also, ask questions. Ask who is asking the question. What wants to know the answer? So we start as kids, and if you don't ask these questions, all we do is want to live with certainty, which is basically being an algorithm. Malika just mentioned welcoming uncertainty in order to harness our creativity. So wonderful to see all of you. I recognize a lot of names from all over the world. And yes, do get the book and just be you.
The other thing I'd like to, as we close this, is just invite everyone also to visit Chopra and download the Chopra app, because one of the things we've done as part of these books, but even otherwise, is launch more meditations and exercises for children. And so as a parent, what I know is that, of course, my father speaks about the consciousness and the brilliance of the philosophy, but ultimately with children, it's also about breathing, it's about movement, it's about spending time in nature, and it's about conversation with each other and, of course, elders. So I invite everybody to be part of that conversation.
And that's it. Set intentions, ask questions, begin your journey onward. Thank you for supporting us and supporting the Chopra app and supporting Just Be You and this amazing series. Just breathe, just be you, and just feel. We feel our way, not think our way. Feel our way, breathe our way, be our way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.